Well, I have a crazy idea today. Tamarack Nature Center, Harriet Alexander Nature Center, Maplewood Nature Center, Dodge Nature Center, Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge, Richardson Nature Center, Wood Lake Nature Center, Westwood Hills, Eastman Nature Center, Springbrook Nature Center, Wargo Nature Center. I'm gonna go check out each of the nature centers that have facilities throughout the Twin Cities. I might miss one or two, but I think there's 10 or 12. And we're just gonna go look and see if they have bird feeders. And if they do, we'll try to get a few photos. Basically, we're on the hunt for nature centers that have good bird feeder activity. And so just thought it'd be a nice little adventure. And I thought I'd bring you along. All right, the first stop is called Tamarack Nature Center. It's in White Bear Township. Let's go. I like hearing the chickadee in the background. Not a lot of other noise this morning, but the chickadee is there. Welcome to Tamarack. White-breasted nuthatch. So we've seen nuthatches before, but birds are birds. The verdict at Tamarack Nature Center is that there are 5 or 6 bird feeders total, a few chickadees, a few nuthatches. We're gonna spend a little more time at the next places. I've been here a lot, so it was gonna make it a pretty quick stop. So we are off to the next place. All right, well, I am at the Harriet Alexander Nature Center. Follow path to Nature Center. I've never been in most of these Nature Center buildings. The trail up above is for the nature center itself. The catch is that the bird feeders are actually down here. So I'm gonna stay down low. We'll take a look. I think the feeders are actually empty. One of the 2 feeders has a little bit in it, and the suet feeder has some suet in it. There is a squirrel running around up there. Other than some crows off in the distance. I don't hear any other signs of birds. Which makes sense because there's no food source here. Other than a little bit of suet. And part of the fun of today is we don't need to stay places where we don't see anything. I believe the next stop is off to Maplewood. Let's go. Well, I'm excited because I've been at the last 2 places, but I have not been here. It looks pretty small, but I do hear birds, so that's a good sign. So let's go see what we can find here at Maplewood Nature Center. Yeah, I see birds moving around back in there. That's a good sign. Juncos. Some juncos. I can see the appeal of this place, especially more in the spring and fall. I have not yet seen any sign of bird feeders. Well, that was really cool. I was watching some finches and some juncos, and all of a sudden they scattered. And I looked up, and sure enough, there was a sharp-shinned hawk. And he flew and actually sat. And my experience has been, most of the sharp-shinned hawk I've seen have flown so quickly. And he's still perched, actually. He's been there for about 10 minutes now. He's a ways away up against the bright sky. So hopefully my photos are at least enough to share with you for a little bit. Lots and lots of house finches, dark-eyed juncos, black-capped chickadees, white-breasted nuthatches. Let's see if I can get a few more photos of them. What was most interesting is there are not feeders here. It's just that there are still some trees with buds and some old fruits. So really nice place though. I will definitely be back here. Alright, so I'm at the Dodge Nature Center, which is, I think, South St. Paul. There's a couple of buildings around here, some bird houses, but I don't see any bird feeders. And that's most of what I'm on the hunt for today. I'm going to just move on to the next place today. Alright, confession, this isn't really a nature center. This is a National Wildlife Refuge. There are definitely some feeders here, and I am sure that there will be birds here. And it's a good time for us to catch a few more birds. So let's go do that. And I'm gonna scare them all for a minute, but then they're gonna come back there immediately without really looking hard. There's a downy woodpecker, hairy woodpecker, blue jay, some house sparrows, lots. I see a white-breasted nuthatch, lots and lots and lots of birds. Squirrels underneath. Usually there's turkeys underneath. There's a junco down there. There's a cardinal right there. There's a red-bellied woodpecker. Yeah, all the normal birds are here. Not a nature center, but it is a National Wildlife Refuge. Same bucket, right? So, that was the Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge. We are next on to the Richardson Nature Center, which is part of Highland Park in Bloomington. I've never been there, so I don't know what to expect. Let's go see what we can find. All right, so Richardson Nature Center. Unique in that it does have bird feeders, but they are not viewable from the outside. It was the most comfortable viewing I've had of birds all day. Usual suspects, dark-eyed juncos, white-breasted nuthatches, black-capped chickadees, but there were some purple finches. They've got that very distinct stripe above the eye, a little purpler, even though it's still a little bit reddish in my opinion. But this is a place I'll come back to. This is a really, really big facility. Most of the others were pretty small. So, again, Richardson Nature Center for the win. The next stop is a place I've really grown to like. It's close to where I used to work. It's the Wood Lake Nature Center, and just a really cool spot. And I've never been there in winter, so I'm eager to check it out. It's only about a 5-minute drive from where I am here. It's actually a good theme for it, a marsh in the middle of the city. That is actually what's kind of impressed me the most about it. Well, let's see if we have bird feeders here. That is the biggest question, and I've actually never been inside, so I'm going to do that too. All kinds of new things for me today. Well, some of these places have been pretty busy with lots of kids around, which is awesome, right? Field trips and out exploring nature, that's an awesome thing. So this one too, there's a bunch of kids learning how to cross-country ski, which is really, really neat. I really like this place in the summer. Lots of feeders, probably more or as many as I've seen all day. So lots and lots of feeders, the usual suspects. And by that I mean black-capped chickadees, white-breasted nuthatches, lots of house sparrows actually, lots of finches, goldfinches, house finches. Overall, a very nice place. I am biased towards this place because I did photograph a lot of different birds here over the course of the summer. It is one of my new favorites. Westwood Hills. All right, let's go inside, see what this place is all about. It's a pretty big building. Come out the other side of the building and pretty immediately I hear both chickadees and white-breasted nuthatches. Yep. And I just heard a goldfinch. There are lots of feeders here too. Actually, no activity at bird feeders. Like I said, they actually don't have much in the feeders. So I don't know if it's intentional or not, but so that's obviously part of the reason why there aren't too many birds around. I'm going to keep moving. Well, here we are at Eastman Nature Center. There were a few, so a number of goldfinches, some black-capped chickadees, a downy woodpecker. So we are seeing the same things over and over and over again. I'm getting later in the day, so I'm not sure how much of the bird activity is the time of day and how much is feeders. But these definitely all have food in them. There is an owl enclosure down there. I think there are 4 different facilities that I've been to today that have some sort of birds, mostly raptors, inside. I haven't been that interested in that. I'm lucky enough to see them outside. I think we'll call that good on bird feeders here, and 2 more stops. So let's move on to the next one. Well, we have moved to Fridley. So we have made a big circle around the metro, and now we are right north of Minneapolis. Fridley borders the Mississippi River. We're going to check out this building. We're going to see if there's bird feeders here. You can already see a bird feeder, or actually there's 3 over there, and I do see birds by it. Looks like there's another viewing area. Looks like there's some red-bellied woodpecker. No, not red-bellied. It's actually a cardinal. So that's pretty cool. Lots of nice feeders, some on both sides of the building. Turkey is the only bird I saw here that I haven't seen elsewhere. It's a black-capped chickadee, white-breasted nuthatch, downy woodpecker, a cardinal, the usual suspects. So that's what I know. Now we are in Lino Lakes. We're going to go to Wargo Nature Center, and that is a complete circle we've made around the metro area. All right, let's go check out the last one. All right, so we are at Wargo Nature Center. Welcome to Wargo. Wargo is an Anoka County park. It is in Lino Lakes. This has been fun. It's about 30 degrees, maybe 32. So might need to throw a hat on here in a little bit, but so far it's nice. I think the feeders are up here behind the building. There is a number of feeders with the suet feeder and the platform feeder, I think 9. So not the most I've seen today, but a good number. Good amount. The unique thing that I saw here, there was a wild turkey. I didn't get a photo of it. It took off pretty fast. Plenty of chickadees, black-capped chickadees, plenty of white-breasted nuthatches, but there are still right now even, there are 2 opossum underneath those feeders over there on the ground. I've seen them, but I've never really had a chance to photograph them. I don't know what this guy's doing. I didn't think that they were usually out during daylight. Even though I went to 12 different places, I really probably saw all of the birds at 3 or 4. Probably the coolest experience was Maplewood. I would say the second coolest experience wasn't a bird, it was actually these opossum. They were photogenic, it was just a good opportunity, so that was a bonus here at the end of the day. The Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge always comes through, as it did again, and it was lots and lots of birds, probably the most variety. A fun day overall, and thanks for joining me today. Missing out on something though. Ooh, almost slid right down onto my butt.